Terence Leonard has worked with the Customs and Excise Department for 25 years. He was appointed Comptroller of that department 2 years ago. Leonard says he is intimately acquainted with the laws that govern his department, especially the Customs Act. He is also familiar with the protocol that governs that department. As Comptroller, Leonard answers to the Director of Public Prosecutions, his Permanent Secretary and Minister, as well as the courts. That protocol was breached last week by a letter addressed to the Comptroller from the Prime Minister.
Operational matters or matters involved in investigations and enforcement, the executive body, the executive arm of government does not, by nature of what is provided for under the Act, does not get involved. At no time we should get involved. In fact, it's inappropriate for the executive body to get involved in investigative matters or operational matters.
The Comptroller would not discuss the contents of the missive from the Prime Minister. Sources say the Prime Minister wrote the Comptroller about the case against his Housing Minister, Richard Frederick. The Minister and 2 other men, including his brother, were detained on alleged customs fraud in June 2007.
No instructions were given to me to release vehicles which were seized by the department. I don't know where that story came from. I'm aware that there was a letter in the press. I read the letter. The letter does not give any instructions or provide any instructions to the Office of Comptroller to do anything of that sort.
The Civil Service Association represents customs employees, and although that representation does not extend to the Comptroller, the union says the letter issue has implications for its members. CSA General Secretary David DeMark says that correspondence was an infringement and erosion on the public service.
We think that the law is law. And if the law is established to provide the Customs Department the wherewithal to operate the customs and excise, then no individual, regardless of Prime Minister level, ought to give directives or send letters or send notes to the customs and custom officials to do anything.
The Customs Comptroller has often been accused of showboating and seeking to embarrass the minister, who was detained by police officers on city streets. Leonard says time will tell why such an arrest was necessary. He says his conscience is clear and he was doing his job. Carmi Joseph, HTS News, Channel 4.